Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello my esteemed students and welcome to lesson number 12. This lesson will be about listening. Here we will listen to a weather forecast. Number 8. Work in pairs. Check that you know the meaning of these words and that you know how to pronounce them. Thunderstorm, coastal areas, high ground, flash flood, showers, temperature. Here we have to check our pronunciation. Thunderstorm, coastal areas, high ground, flash flood, showers, temperature. Now after reading them correctly, we can make a definition of every word. Here we can see the answers. Thunderstorm means heavy rain with thunder and lightning. Heavy rain with thunder and lightning. Coastal areas, the places near the sea. High ground, areas such as mountains. Flash flood, sudden flooding with no warning. So here it's sudden. We don't expect that thing to happen. Showers, light sporadic rain. Showers mean light sporadic rain. Temperature, how hot or cold the weather is. How hot or cold the weather is. Now it's winter. A family is listening to the radio weather forecast for the weekend. Listen to the forecast and answer the questions. Unfortunately, my dear students, we don't have a cassette to listen to, but I will read the text myself. After reading, we can answer these two examples or two questions. Which country is the forecast for? Choose the correct answer for the list. Explain why the others must be wrong. So after listening, we will decide if we are talking about Libya, Oman, Britain, Italy, or Alaska. Yes, this is the weather forecast radio. Here is the weather forecast for the weekend, followed by the outlook for the next week. Let's listen. The weather on Thursday will be similar to today. Cloudy in most parts of the country, with thunderstorms and heavy rain in some mountain areas. Oh no! What a pity! There is a risk of flash floods in wadis, and some roads may be closed at wadi crossings. Oh, how annoying! However, coastal areas in the north will have clear skies in the afternoon with little or no wind. Oh, good! That's better! Friday should be a mostly dry day, but there may be a few showers on the south coast. Temperatures on Thursday and Friday will be between 20 and 24 degrees centigrade, which is average for this time of year. The outlook for next week, temperature will begin to rise and a long period of dry weather is expected. Okay, what shall we do on Thursday? After listening to me, please, let's come back to the questions. Question number 1. Which country is the forecast for? Choose the correct answer from the list. Here we are talking about Oman, And number 2, explain why the others must be wrong. The others can't be right because Libya has no south coast. Libya has no south coast. The coast is in the north of it. Britain and Italy don't have wadis. Britain and Italy don't have wadis. And finally, Alaska is not a hot region. So, as a conclusion, we can say that we were talking about Oman. We were talking about Oman. Number 3, the family want to go out together tomorrow. Look at their ideas below. Then listen to the forecast again. In pairs, decide which ideas are good or bad and why. We want to know if their ideas are good or bad and what are the reasons behind that. Number 1, let's go for a walk in the mountains. Number 2, let's go to the beach. 3, how about a picnic in a wadi? Number 4, we could visit our cousins in Sirte. It's only 150 kilometers away. And finally, why don't we go sailing? Here, all of these previous sentences, all of them are suggestions. So, some of the members of this family suggests, for example, one of them suggests that let's go for a walk. Another one says let's go to the beach. A third one, how about a picnic to a wadi? Yes, fourth one, why don't we go sailing? Another one said, for example, we could visit our cousins in Sirte. So here, after reading these suggestions, we can see the answers, possible answers here. Bad idea, thunderstorms and heavy rain in some mountain areas. The bad idea, thunderstorms and heavy rain in some mountain areas. Number 2, good idea. Number 1 says let's go for a walk in the mountains. So it's a bad idea if the weather, for example, was terrible, if there is some thunderstorm or a heavy rain in that mountain areas. Number 2 wants to go to the beach. Good idea. In the north, clear skies with little or no wind. So it's a good idea. Because in the north, the sky is clear skies with little or no wind. Number 3, how about a picnic in a wadi? No, it's a bad idea. Why? Because there is a risk of a flash floods in wadis. So it's a bad idea. And they have to put into their consideration that there are some flash floods in wadis. Number 4, we could visit our cousins in Sirte. It's only 150 kilometers away. No, it's a bad idea. Some roads may be closed at wadi crossings. So it's a bad idea. Number 5, why don't we go sailing? Also, it's a bad idea because we have a little or no wind. We have a little or no wind. Here we can ask you, I want to ask you, my dear students, what do you think is the best way to spend your time, your day? Like the one described in the weather forecasts. So do you prefer staying at home, inviting friends over for lunch, watching videos, etc.? Here you can answer according to your situation. Number D. Work in pairs. Look at the map and which boxes are on the north coast, are in the southeast, or which boxes show temperatures. Let's come back to the map. Yes. So, which boxes are on the north coast? The boxes which on the north coast are the wind direction, storm, and snow. And the boxes which are in the southeast, as you have seen the rain here. In the north we can see this wind direction, wind, we have here a storm, and here the temperature, and here we have snow. In the south we can see the rain, and which of them show temperature? All of them show the temperature. Here the temperature is -3 at night and 3 in the day, and in the south the temperature is -1 at night and 4 during the day. Number E, listen to another forecast and complete the map for tomorrow's weather. Listen to another forecast and complete the map for tomorrow's weather. Let's listen. Radio and listener, here we have radio. Good evening. Well, the high winds that we have been having for the last few days are still coming in from the northwest, bringing very cold weather across the Atlantic from Canada. Oh no! This means another very cold day tomorrow, especially in northern and southeast and northwest parts of the country, where temperatures will reach a maximum of 3 degrees in the daytime, dropping to -3 at night in the north and west, and -1 in the southeast. Oh, what terrible weather! There will be snow in the north during the night and more rain in the south, so drivers should expect ice on the roads in the early morning. There will be high winds on the north coast. And there is a storm warning for ships in these areas. Friday will be very similar to Thursday, with more rain and snow on high ground. More rain, how boring! The outlook for Saturday and Sunday is better, with the winds coming from the southwest and bringing warmer weather. With it, the rain, however, is likely to continue for a few more days. More rain, I don't believe that. When is it going to stop? After listening to the text, listen to the second weather forecast again. What important information does it contain for the following people? What important information does it contain for the following people? Now we want to listen again to the weather forecast. Radio. Good evening. Well, the high winds that we have been having for the last few days are still coming in from the northwest, bringing very cold weather across the Atlantic from Canada. Oh no! Radio says, This means another very cold day tomorrow, especially in northern and northwestern parts of the country, where temperatures will reach a maximum of 3 degrees in the daytime, dropping to -3 at night in the north and west, and -1 in the southeast. Oh, what terrible weather! The radio continues. There will be snow in the north during the night and more rain in the south, so drivers should expect ice on the roads in the early morning. There will be high winds on the north coast, and there is a storm warning for ships in these areas. Friday will be very similar to Thursday, with more rain and snow on high ground. More rain, how boring. Radio says the outlook for Saturday and Sunday is better, with the wind coming from the southwest and bringing warmer weather with it. The rain, however, is likely to continue for a few more days. More rain. I don't believe it. What's it going to stop? When it's going to stop? Yes, now we can give you some information according or for fishermen, people who drive in the early morning, and finally people who live near rivers. Now for fishermen, high winds on the north and west coast, storm warning for ships in this area. So fishermen have to draw their attention carefully to the information, to the following information. High winds on the north and west coast, storm warning for ships in these areas. Now for people who drive in the early morning, they have to draw their attention carefully to that. Ice on roads in the early morning. Ice on roads in the early morning, and that may cause some accidents. Number 3. For people who live near rivers. Here nothing specific, but rain may cause problems such as flooding if it continues, if raining continues. After doing all the previous tasks, my dear students, I want to give you this lesson a homework to do with yourselves. Let's go directly to it. Number G, work in pairs. Here there is no need to work in pairs if you can't. You can do it alone or with your partner if it's possible. Prepare to give a weather forecast for tomorrow and the next few days for Libya, and you can make a weather forecast for Syria also. Make some notes and practice your forecast. So this exercise, this practice, is a homework for you to practice preparing a weather forecast. Thank you very much for listening to me, and finally I hope you a good future, and finally I want to say you all goodbye.